Alright, YouTube. I showed you guys this clipper yesterday. I got an update on it. It's way too heavy. It's way too heavy for my liking, but if you're left-handed and you need a clipper that has a lever on your on the left side, or you're right-handed and you need a clipper that's right-handed capabilities, it does meet the requirements of it though. But to me, it just cuts basic. Why would you get these if you could get these? You know what I mean? It's much lighter, and the cut speed is way higher, and it's just an all-around better clipper. Let's just call it like it is. But like I said, the advantage that these clippers have is that it comes on, the lever comes on both right and left. So yeah, if you're interested, yeah. But these are heavy. These are heavier than the Masters. So that's my update on those. Stay tuned. Alright, you guys, so before you actually start cutting, what you want to do is comb the hair out or lay the hair down, brush the hair, whatever you have to do to make sure everything is laid and neat. The reason why you want to do this, one, is because you want to start off neat. Alright, how you start is how you finish. If you start off just cutting sloppy, that's how you're going to end up. Also, combing helps lift the hair off the scalp, making it easier for the hair to feed into the teeth of the blades. Next, I'm going to start off by setting in my bald line. Alright, I'm using my cocoa trimmers and I'm making sure that I keep the bald line as low as possible. Now, before I actually set in this bald line, I kind of imagined how this bald line would look before I set it in. Alright, you want to look at your client's head shape first. Alright, that determines how you're going to set in your bald line. So if I was to just set this bald line straight across, that will bring the fade up a lot higher in the back. All right, so I went at a nice slant. That would kind of give my client some hair around his crown area. Next, it's time to use my Stylecraft instincts to set in my next guideline, which is the lever open. All right, I'm going up about a ½ inch and I'm making sure that I go over that guideline multiple times to assure that it's at that length. All right, you don't want to just go over it one time or twice. You want to go over it multiple times. That way you know it's at that length and it's easier to take out these guidelines. So normally I'll set in my next guideline, but I'm gonna take out this bottom line. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my lever halfway and go halfway up in the middle of the guideline that I already set. All right, I'm basically softening up this bottom line. That way it's easier to take it out with the lever fully closed. Now with the lever fully closed in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. Start below the line, flick to the line. Use your corners most of the time. Now I could go on and set in my other guidelines, which is the one guard with the lever open. All right, I'm going up about a 1/2 inch, making sure I go over the guidelines multiple times. Now with my 2 guard with the lever open, I'm just clearing out the top bulk. I am gonna take the hair on top down a little bit, but I just wanted to, you know, knock out the fade before I attack the top. So next, I'm gonna take out that line between the 1 and the 2 by using my 1 guard in a flick out motion. All right, I'm going to that line, flicking out real quick. That way it blends in smoothly. So next, I'm gonna attack the top before I take out that final line. I'm gonna take it down to a 1.5, which is a 1 guard with the lever open, and I'm just going with the grain of my client's waves. So by attacking this middle line, I'm gonna start with using the 1 guard with the lever closed, basically softening up that line before I take it out. Now that the line is nice and softened up, I'm gonna come behind it with the 0 guard closed in a flick out motion, all right? So sometimes the 0 guard close doesn't take out that line fully. So what I like to do is I like to come back around with the lever fully closed and kind of flick out that area. Now, that's all a part of detailing, all right? Detailing is super important. It's what you should spend most of your time on when it comes to fading, all right? What I like to do, and I like to utilize the mirror. The mirror shows you a different perspective on the blend than just seeing it head on, all right? Also, what I like to do is like to rest my eyes, give my eyes a break. That way, I could come back with a fresh pair of eyes and basically get the job done, all right? Remember, detailing is very important. So to make this fade pop even more, I'm gonna make sure that the bottom half is razor bald. I'm using my Babyliss foil shavers. This is the UV one, so when you put the top on, it's supposed to clean the clippers even more. So yeah, man, if you got a chance, pick up these foil shavers. They are dope. All right. So I'm gonna fade the beard, and I'm basically gonna use the same steps that I did fading up. The only difference is that you're going downward with the steps. So my man didn't have an appointment. He came in as a walk-in. Normally I can't cut walk-ins because I'm too booked, but in this situation,
God did.
YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother. He does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.